Hey, how's it going? So my goal with this video is to show you real quick how you can create a vehicle for your Roblox game and put that game online so others can play it. So what you're going to want to do is download and open Roblox Studio and log in, and I'm going to go ahead and select the base plate game template. And if you want to learn more about Roblox and how Roblox Studio works, I have a video that goes over all of that in the channel. So I'm going to show you the bare bones of a vehicle. So once the template opens, what we're going to essentially be doing is creating a body of the car, wheels for the car, and a seat to drive the car. What you're going to want to do first is just click on Part, and that'll add a little brick to the world. And we're going to click on the scale button and make it a little bigger. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and get up nice and close so I can look at this thing. Actually, I want to make it a little thinner. And I want to bring it up into the air, so I'm going to click on Move and drag it up into the air and make it a little wider by using the scale. And what I'm going to want to do is add wheels. So what I'm going to do is hit the Part drop down and click on Cylinder. These are going to be our wheels. And the cylinder that they insert is a little too small, so what I'm going to do is use the scale function to make it bigger. Oop, I want to make it a little thinner. And I want to make it a little bit bigger like that. Okay? And I'm going to align it with the body of our car. So I'm going to go ahead and drag the green, rotate there, and move the wheel so that it's near the car. Not connected to it yet, because what we're going to want to do is add what they call a hinge to the wheel. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and click on the Model tab and click on Surface. And what we want to do is add a hinge. And the hinge is essentially going to be the part that connects the wheel to the car body. So I'm going to go ahead and put the hinge on the inside of the wheel. You can see it's a little yellow hinge. And I'm going to go ahead and move the wheel so that it's touching the body of our car. And, yep, so looks like the car's a little long, so what I'm going to do is use the select tool, select the main body brick, and I'm going to scale it in just a little bit. And so now we're going to want to duplicate the wheels here. We're going to want to do it 4 times for our wheel. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and select on our wheel, and I'm going to right click on it and select duplicate. And that will duplicate the wheel, and then I'm going to use the move to move the wheel over and down. Let me just make sure the hinge is on it. Yep, so it copies the hinge and the wheel, or the cylinder, whatever you want to call it. And let me move it back just a little bit, and there we have one side of our car coming along. And so essentially what we want to do is copy the other 2 wheels. So I'm going to go ahead and select both. What I did is hold Shift and click on the other one. So just to show you again, I had one selected. I'm going to hold Shift and click on the other one. And same thing, I'm going to right click and go duplicate. It duplicates both wheels. And I'm going to move these over. And I'm going to rotate both of them, pulling the green rotate. And use the move to pull it down and push it over. Okay? And there's the structure of our car. So in order to drive this car, all we have to do is insert a driver's seat. So what I'm going to do is right click on an empty area, hover over Insert Object, and I'm looking for Vehicle Seat. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Vehicle Seat. And this vehicle seat, this is what is going to allow us to drive the car. So let me go ahead and move this over to the car, and I'm going to rotate it. Oop, grab the green rotate and move it over, and that's it. I should be able to drive this car. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Home tab and click Play, and I should be able to run over this car and drive it. So I'm going to jump on it. Oop, I didn't have to jump. I'm going to hop on. Come on. There. Now I'm sitting, and look at that. I'm driving. So I'm using the WASD controls. So if you want to change the speed or the handling of the car, what you're going to want to do is open up the Properties tab. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and click Stop. And I'm going to go to View and click on Properties. And basically when you change the properties of the vehicle seat, you're changing the properties of how the car drives. So what I'm going to do is go down and let's see, we got steer and throttle and torque. Your turn speed is how fast it's going to turn. So let's crank that up a little bit, change that to 5. And the max speed, I'll change that to 50, so it'll go a little bit faster. And let's test it out. So I'm going to go ahead and click home and click play. And let's hop on this bad boy. Okay. Yep, so now it's going very fast and turning very fast. So you can, yeah, very, very fast. Look at that, I popped a wheelie. So you can play around with the controls and figure out what works good for you. And of course, you can fully customize the car by adding on more parts and, you know, making it look exactly how you want it to look. Now, keep in mind, sometimes when you're adding parts to the car, you're going to want to weld those parts to the car. And what I mean by weld is if you click on the Model tab and click on Surface, sometimes you want to click Add Weld and add welds to the two parts that you're connecting. So for example, if I'm going to connect these two, if I'm going to connect the front, this little wedge here to the front of the car, I'd click a weld there and a weld on the triangle, or on the wedge rather, and go ahead, a little too far there, and go ahead and see if I can get this on the car. There, and it should stick now. Let me just test it real quick. Yep, looks like it's stuck on. Sometimes you'll put parts on and they just fall off, and usually it's because you haven't added a weld. Another thing I wanted to show you real quick is how you can add decals to this car. So you can see it looks very bland and gray. You can change the colors of each piece, but what I want to show you is how you can add a decal. So you want to go to the toolbox here and switch the drop down to decals, and what I'm going to do is just search for wheel. And look right here, some wheels pop up. Let's go with, I like this one right here. So I'm going to just go ahead and drag this picture of a wheel in and drop it right on the outside of the wheel there. Oh, yep. So I'm going to do it for those two wheels and for these two wheels. So you can see if you hover over the ground, it'll insert it on the ground. So it's basically on any part that you want to add it to. So I'm going to drop it on the outside of these two parts, and just for consistency I'm going to color these wheels black. So I'm just going to click on them and click on the black color. I wonder if I can do more than one at once. There's all four wheels. And why don't we change the color of the main body? Let's change it to a red, and we'll change the front to a black. There. It's a very beautiful looking car. I know you agree. So let's go ahead and hit play. And go ahead and hop in the car if I can. There. And there's my beautiful race car. So now I want to show you how you can put this game online. So what you're going to want to do is click on File and click Publish to Roblox As. And we're going to give it a name. I'm going to go ahead and click Create New, and I'm going to call it Tutorial Test Austin Only, just to make it easier to find it. And for the description, I'm just going to write My Cool Game! Exclamation point. And click Create Place. And what you're going to want to do is make sure that you have your game listed as active. And usually when you open a new account, you can only have one game active at a time. So once you're logged into the Roblox website, you're going to go ahead and click on Develop, and it will show you all the games, or quote-unquote places, that you have. And you can see that I have the Tutorial Test Austin Only, but it's listed as inactive. So this is where I'm going to make this game active. In other words, allow for it to be shown in the games list on the Roblox website. So first I'm going to have to go ahead and deactivate the activated place that I had, and I'm going to go ahead and activate the tutorial test Austin only. So this should be available in searches. So if I go to games here, so I'm going to go ahead and search for it. So I'm going to type tutorial test Austin only, and you can see that the game shows up here. I can click on it, and others can click on it and play this game. You can play it with your friends. Might not be the greatest game ever, but it's just the idea of creating and publishing your game online. How long did that take? Not long at all. So this is why I love Roblox. Have a good one.